Wisconsin is one of more than a dozen states across the country that still doesn't mandate hate crime reporting or training. That is according to a nationwide report that represents one of the most complete pictures of hate crime laws that we have today.
Investigative reporter Naomi Coles joins us to break that down. Naomi.
If there's one takeaway I had looking at this report, it's that Wisconsin is pretty average when stacked up against the rest of the country. There's some models we have that aren't shared by other states. For example, banning people from some types of government work if they have a hate crime conviction. But in other ways, we actually lag behind. For example, we don't have legal protections for hate crime survivors or victims. In fact, only 9 states do.
One of the report's major findings is simply the fact that hate crime laws vary so much from one state to the next. I think when we talk about hate violence and hate crime laws as a response to hate violence, there's sort of this ambiguous picture that we have.
While hate crime reporting and training isn't built into Wisconsin law, the DOJ does train new officers on bias and requires agencies to report hate crimes. That being said, hundreds of agencies haven't reported a hate crime in years. That's according to reporting from earlier this year in our own State of Hate series. But in talking to the lead researcher on this nationwide report, he told me there's one area that Wisconsin law actually stands out, and that's in solution and restorative justice-based sentencing options for children. I'll explain how at 10 o'clock tonight.
Well, we are enjoying some mild weather. Let's check your certified most accurate forecasts. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Very comfortable out here, Eric. Skies have been partly sunny for much of the day today. There's been very little rain anywhere around the Midwest. You can see those cumulus clouds popping up this afternoon. Sign that the weather's pretty quiet. Just a couple of sprinkles up in central Wisconsin. Those will die out before sunset. With the dry air, the temperatures cool off at night. We were down to 52 in Madison, but it was as cool as 42 up in Black River Falls. High temperatures so far today, upper 70s to around 80 degrees. Look for similar temperatures for tomorrow. Right now, we're at 74 in Madison, still 79 degrees in Janesville. Dew point temperatures are in the lower 50s, so we'll look for similar temperatures to last night. Looking for an overnight low of about 55 with clear skies. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high of around 80. Humidity levels will increase toward the end of the week and could lead to some rain chances. I'll have more on that in the forecast in just a few minutes.
Nearly 1 in 5 new COVID cases reported in the U.S. last week came from just one state, Florida. More than 110,000 new infections were reported in the Sunshine State last week, and over the weekend, cars lined up at vaccination sites. New data shows COVID-19 hospitalizations have tripled nationwide since last month. The Delta variant now accounts for 82% of all U.S. cases. Here in Wisconsin, the 7-day trend of cases has gone up 826% since the 4th of July weekend. You can see which counties in southern Wisconsin are in the orange or yellow, meaning they are seeing substantial or moderate levels of COVID. Now, this differs from last week when some of the counties were blue or reporting a lower level. You have heard the numbers. You have seen plenty of confusing headlines, and you probably have questions, and we are hoping to answer some of them.
Now, we are, of course, talking about the continued spread of the Delta variant. Brad Hamilton in studio tonight, hoping to clarify some confusion regarding the fast-spreading strain. Brad?
Over the past few weeks, Madison-Dane County Public Health is turning its attention to controlling the fast-spreading Delta variant. In the month of July, 85% of cases in the county were believed to be related to the Delta strain. Now, that stat in a vacuum looks scary, but the good news is that we have other stats to explain why you shouldn't be causing panic just yet. The first stat I want to show you is important. 70% of people right here in the county have had at least one shot, while 67% have been fully vaccinated. The next stat I want to show you is a big one. There's this misconception out there that you're just as likely to get the Delta variant regardless of your vaccination status. But however, that's flat out wrong. UW Health says that right now, the 7-day average is at 6.8 cases per 100,000 people per day. UW Health also tells us that you're 2.5 times more likely to get COVID when you're unvaccinated as compared to vaccinated. Now remember, 85% of cases this month are believed to be from that Delta variant. So that right there is proof that these vaccines are working even with this new strain. Now, I got a chance to speak with Dr. Nadar Safdar with UW Health earlier today, who clarified the difference that the vaccine truly makes.
If you're not vaccinated and you're exposed to COVID, you might land up in the ICU and need ventilator support. That's about the sickest that one can get. Whereas if you are vaccinated and you're exposed to COVID, yes, you might get a headache, you might get a little sore throat, you might get a runny nose, but that's where it would stop.
According to Dane County Public Health stats, the average rate of those that got vaccinated from July 12th to the 25th was actually down in comparison to the 2 weeks prior, from 509 vaccines administered per day to 481. Now, Dr. Safdar also says that she's not anticipating any type of lockdown anytime soon due to the Delta variant.
Closer look now at the state vaccination rate. Over half of Wisconsin remains unvaccinated. That includes young children who are not eligible. 49.4% of the state has completed the vaccine series as of today. The state's largest physician organization says healthcare providers should make the COVID-19 vaccine mandatory for their employees. In a statement, the Wisconsin Medical Society said, quote, at some point, all employers have to step up and start mandating vaccinations to protect their employees and customers. Our Jamie Perez spoke with several health organizations today about it, and she joined us now in front of SSM Health, who made that vaccine a requirement for its employees back in June. Jamie?
Right, well, we are now recording about 1,000 cases of COVID per day here in Wisconsin. These are numbers that we haven't seen in about the past 6 months. So the Wisconsin Medical Society said that we need to do something to help slow this spread. Anyone who does not have a religious or medical excuse for getting a vaccine, they're urging you to get vaccinated. SSM Health has already made this a requirement for its staff. 80% of its employees are already vaccinated, but there is an ultimatum for those who still decide not to get the vaccine by their September 30th deadline.
If employees still do not get the vaccine and they do not have a medical exemption or a religious exemption when the deadline comes, then they will not be able to work at SSM Health.
I also spoke with UW Health about this. Now, they do not have a requirement for their staff right now, but 90% of their employees are already vaccinated. And with the way that things are going with the Delta variant, they may reconsider making it a requirement for their staff after today's ask from the Medical Society. Now, employers in Wisconsin can legally require their staff to get vaccinated, but the Medical Society is hoping to get as many people on board with the vaccine so we can start moving back in the right direction.
All right, Jamie Perez, live at SSM Health in Madison. Jamie, thank you.
The Biden administration has allowed the federal moratorium on evictions to expire. So this means millions of people who cannot pay rent could lose their homes. Democratic lawmakers called on the Biden administration to extend it, but the White House says a decision by the U.S. Supreme Court has tied their hands. The administration is now asking state and local governments to take faster action to speed up distribution of COVID relief money that could help. Only about $3 billion of the $46 billion in rental assistance had gone out as of the end of June.
If some states and localities can get this out efficiently and effectively, there's no reason every state and locality can't.
We told you about some of the emergency resources available locally on Friday night. You can read that story once again on channel3000.com.
Tonight we're hearing from the retired Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice leading a review of the 2020 presidential election. Retired Justice Michael Gableman told WISN-TV in Milwaukee that a very thorough examination is warranted, but says the purpose of the investigation is not to overturn the results. Gableman says he wants to look into election concerns so people can have confidence in their votes. President Biden, of course, won Wisconsin by about 20,000 votes. There has been no evidence of any major election fraud.
Next at 6, a scary night for a Madison woman as she hides in the closet during a home burglary. The reason the suspect gave police for breaking in.
And a Madison business trying to figure out its next steps after a car hits its building. We'll show you the damage after the break.
It's that time of year again where you just want a little fresh air. Maybe a cool midnight breeze through a window, or the smell of fresh-cut grass through a patio door. If your windows or doors aren't letting you enjoy the season, consider Renewal by Anderson Replacement Windows from Wanakee Remodeling. For a limited time, take advantage of our great offer. Renewal by Anderson Windows. Let's crack one open.
Outlets at the Dells, an attraction not to be missed. With over 60 of the world's biggest brands, we thrill family vacationers, trendsetters, and all who love a smoking hot discount. We are all about the thrill of the deal, the joy of finding the thing you forgot to pack, the backpack that the kids really, really want, the sneakers that make gym class the most awesome, and the discounts that no one else can touch. Save even more on back-to-school needs and get a free bucket of sidewalk chalk while supplies last. Visit outletsatthedells.com for coupon and details.
Attic Angel community has earned a reputation as the one and only. But what's so memorable to the people who live here?
It's good local heart. Interesting friends.
The view from my window.
Continuing education.
The food.
The amazing art studio.
Happy hour.
There are many reasons to love Attic Angel community, but there's just one Attic Angel.
Bad City movie. You haven't seen moves like these before.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
A Madison boutique is cleaning up damage after a car crashed into it this morning. Just before 4:30, a car went through the front of Change Boutique. That's the corner of South Baldwin and Willie Street. The shop posted this video on Facebook.
Here's all you need to know. So yeah, we're going to be closed for a long time. I'm going to come up.
Madison police told News 3 Now the driver of the vehicle lost control before hitting the building. No one was hurt, but the building had to be evacuated because of structural concerns. The shop plans to sell items off-site until repairs can be made. The owner says the best way to support the business is to buy gift cards on the store's website. That is changeboutique.com. A man's body pulled from Geneva Lake this morning. Authorities say he drowned trying to help his son out of the water. Rescue crews were called to Bigfoot Beach Sunday in the town of Lynn. 31-year-old Antonio De La Sancha Jr. was driving a boat with his two daughters trailing on a tube. His 11-year-old son jumped into the water to help one of the girls when she fell off the tube. The son was wearing a life vest, but started to struggle. De La Sancha jumped into the water without a vest to help and drowned.
If people just take time to think of their own personal safety as well. I get a father is trying to save his child, what he believes his child is. The child was in a personal flotation device, a life jacket. The child was fine. If he'd have taken the time to grab a life vest, put a life jacket on, to pull him, we wouldn't be talking right now.
And that drowning remains under investigation. And Milwaukee police are investigating a deadly shooting of a 2-year-old child. Police say another child got a hold of a gun, accidentally fired it yesterday. A 26-year-old man was arrested in connection with the shooting. It was a violent weekend across Milwaukee. 11 people shot in 8 separate shootings.
Madison police say they arrested a man who broke into a home. The woman living there was hiding in a closet as she waited for police. This happened on Madison Street Friday night. The woman says she heard someone ring her doorbell several times, then heard glass breaking and furniture moving. Police say Eric Griffin broke in thinking the home was empty. He tried to run, but he was stopped by officers. Griffin told police he randomly picked the home and was trying to find items he could sell. He will face charges of burglary and damage to property. Madison police are sharing some home safety tips in light of this incident. They're encouraging people to register the security camera for their business or home. Police also have a home security checklist that includes things like not putting a spare key under mats, keeping a bright light outside every door, and securing doors. Madison police say remove every opportunity to be a victim. Several new deputies are on the job at the Dane County Sheriff's Office now. Sheriff Calvin Barrett swore in 12 new deputies this morning, and some will go straight to the jail academy while others will head to the law enforcement academy. Their first assignment will be in the Dane County Jail for 2 years. Anyone interested in becoming a Dane County Sheriff's deputy can always apply online.
Ahead at 6 with just days to go until the Wisconsin State Fair and COVID cases spiking. Tell you whether or not you'll have to wear a mask to attend. And pleasant weather will stay with us for several more days. Gary has his first warn forecast after a short break.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
.com.
Since 1976, Feldco stood the test of time. It's Feldco's 45th anniversary! Time to get down! To celebrate Feldco's 45th anniversary, get 45 45% off windows today. That's cause for a celebration.
45% off windows won't last long. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
If you can afford to launch yourself into space, you can pay your fair share in taxes. But billionaires and big corporations have avoided paying taxes for years. President Joe Biden's plan makes the rich pay their fair share so we can cut taxes for families with children and create millions of good jobs. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to stop putting billionaires ahead of the middle class. If you can afford to joyride in space, you can pay your fair share.
Here at TSR, we transform old, cracked concrete floors into beautiful, tough floors in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and here at TSR, we don't just simply coat over your old concrete. We grind it down, repair it, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new floor will last. Our awesome team is here to answer all of your questions before and after the installation. And right now, we are offering 15% off your new floor coating until the end of the year. Visit the website or call that number below for your new floor today.
TSR, one day floor.
Call 1-800-886-8411.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
The countdown to the Wisconsin State Fair is on. The State Fair starts Thursday and goes through August 15th. Now, if you are planning to attend the State Fair, you will not have to wear a mask. Their website says that masks are not required indoor or outdoor at the State Fair, but they do recommend that anyone, vaccinated or not, who is inside should wear a mask. Lollapalooza has wrapped up in Chicago. Cleanup now underway, and Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot is defending the event, saying COVID protocols were in place. Huge crowds flooded the music festival, raising concerns it could turn into a super spreader event.
If you are looking forward to this year's Summerfest, the festival announced its 2021 admission promotion schedule today. Those are the days where you can get free admission, and they range from donating non-perishable food items, books, hygiene supplies, and more on certain days in exchange for free tickets. You can see the full promotionals schedule on summerfest.com. News 3 Now is teaming up with the Boys and Girls Club to make sure students can succeed this school year. Our morning team is launching a school supplies drive, and it all starts today. You can drop off your extra school supplies right here at our News 3 Now studios on Raymond Road, or at any of the 4 Boys and Girls Club locations across the greater Madison area. We're making it even easier with an option to donate money online or buy supplies from our Amazon wish list. All the information you need, the links to donate, the addresses to drop stuff off, you can find it all on channel3000.com.
Traffic alert: a portion of West Washington Avenue near the Capitol Square will be closed for the next 2 months. Now, this impacts the portion of the street between Bedford and Bassett. The closure begins Wednesday morning. Eastbound traffic will also be closed between Bassett and Broome Streets, part of the ongoing reconstruction project on West Wash. Bassett Street itself will reopen this week. Work on the entire project will run through November.
And the weather couldn't get much nicer. Gary is back with the first warn forecast.
This is what you like this time of year. Early part of August and temperatures in the 70s. Can't beat that. But we could use the rain. And taking a look at where our precipitation is so far, well, for the month of July, picked up just a little more than 1.5 inches of rain. We normally should pick up about 4.5 inches of rain. So we're down just for the month alone, almost 3 inches of rain. Since the start of meteorological summer, or June 1st, we're down almost 4 inches of rain. June was pretty close to normal, just a little bit below normal. And then year to date, since the start of this year, our precipitation down almost 10 inches compared to average. Now, short term, the soils are in pretty good shape because of the recent rains, but it's the long-term things, the lake levels, the river levels, those will continue to drop as the drought continues across southern Wisconsin. And you can see very little in the way of rain anywhere across the state. Longer range computer models from FutureTrack. One of the computer models shows a couple of inches of rain, mainly off and on thunderstorms next week, but the other computer models a little bit less in terms of precipitation. That would be about average for this time of year. And the new Climate Prediction Center monthly precipitation outlook for the month of August, calling for below normal precipitation in an area of the country that needs it the most, up toward the Dakotas, and about equal chances of above or below normal precipitation here, while temperatures are expected to be above normal through much of the northern part of the United States. That just continues to evaporate moisture. Three things you need to know in our forecast: pleasantly warm conditions over the next couple of days. It will be dry with not much rain, if any, all the way through the weekend. And then as we head into the weekend, we'll start to see the humidity levels increase, and that might lead to some chances for thunderstorms next week. But most of the time it won't be raining. Plenty of dry hours in there. Current temperatures very comfortable. 70s here, out to the west 80s. You have to get into the western Dakotas before you see the 90s. But notice the lack of cloud cover through much of the northern portion of the United States. They are very dry here. Thunderstorms out west causing some flash flooding in parts of the mountains. That area very susceptible to flash flooding since recent wildfires have burned away some of the vegetation. But that area will start to dry out as we head into the next couple of days because the jet stream is pushing in the north and will allow heat to start building in the western part of the country. Right now, our upper level winds from the north bringing down cooler Canadian air. High pressures located across Minnesota. These cold fronts have driven the humidity down to the south, and now things just very comfortable in our part of the Midwest. Those temperatures mainly in the 70s here. You have to get to the Twin Cities before you see temperatures back to around the 80-degree mark. So for tomorrow, look for a day very similar to today. Skies will be partly sunny, just a tad warmer. High temperature topping out at around 80 degrees. 7 to 10 day forecast. Look for high temperatures, lower 80s Wednesday and Thursday. Should be dry those days, probably Friday as well, although a little more humidity could lead to a slight chance for a thunderstorm. By Saturday and Sunday, we're in the upper 80s. Best chances of thunderstorms over the weekend on Sunday, just a slight chance on Saturday. Monday, hot and humid. Heat index perhaps close to 100 with a high of 90, and then some thunderstorm chances next week. But like I said, many dry hours in there as well.
And coming up in sports, the Axeman is back in Milwaukee. Why John Axford's return is perfect timing for the Crew's bullpen. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Fry Construction is celebrating 26 years of providing excellence in home improvements. We strive to exceed the expectations of our clients with each and every project we do. Respected by your neighbors and voted Best of Madison 2 years in a row. Best Kitchen and Bath Design, Best Roofer. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself and save 26% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Get the luxury of protection that lasts with the full selection of Cabot stains and finishes at Menards. Beautify your decks, fences, and siding with Cabot's water-repellent, oil-based stain and sealer. Its resistance to cracking, peeling, and blistering will leave your backyard looking fresh. Cabot premium wood care products deliver unbelievable quality and satisfaction guaranteed. Get 11% off all Cabot stains and finishes. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
As traveling continues throughout the year, Meineke Car Care Center is continuing to make your safety our #1 priority. To give you peace of mind, receive a free brake inspection with any appointment. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help keep you safe on the road.
Why did we get her the COVID-19 vaccine for kids 12 and up?
Because I missed school to get ready for soccer season.
So nothing's holding them back.
Visit vaccines.gov to find a COVID-19 vaccine near you or call 211 to learn more.
What makes Wisconsin Dells perfect for the whole family? Family rides, family slides, or just plain old family time. Bring your immediate family. Bring your extended family. Consider us one big happy family. Whatever your family size, it's the right size. Family dinners, where they treat you like family. We got your family cars. We got your family trees. We've even got your family pet. It's all here, and it's all in the family. Wisconsin Dells, it's family time. Go to wisdells.com and start planning your trip to the water park capital of the world today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Hey folks, Tuesday morning, our News 3 Now school supply drive is off and running. How you can help or benefit. And Chris Reese will update the timing on the return of the heat and humidity. That's Madison's certified most accurate forecast. Join us Tuesday morning.
The Axeman and that sweet stash is back in Milwaukee. The Brewers picked up John Axford from the Blue Jays, and what a journey it's been for the Crew's single-season saves leader. Axford began the season as a studio analyst for the Blue Jays, then decided he's going to pitch in the Olympic qualifiers for Team Canada. After throwing 98 miles per hour, he signed with Toronto for a minor league deal. Now, Axford will be in uniform tonight, which is good news because Josh Hader was just put on the COVID-19 IL. For the first time ever, the Snappers took the field at ABC Supply Stadium for practice as they prepare for their 6-game homestand with the Timber Rattlers and tomorrow's debut of their brand new stadium. First pitch is set for 6:35 on Tuesday. Beloit native and former Indianapolis Colts head coach Jim Caldwell will be throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. After going undrafted in last week's draft, Dimitri Trice has been patiently waiting for an NBA opportunity. That came today. The former Badger guard has signed on to play for the Bucks Summer League team. It's not an official NBA contract, but it's a chance for Trice to show what he's got. Milwaukee's first Summer League game is on August 9th. Trice averaged just under 14 points and 4 assists per game last season. Robert Tonyan had a monster year with the Packers last season. 52 catches for 586 yards, and the big one, 11 touchdowns. His previous 2 seasons, he caught a total of 2. Now, did he catch defenses by surprise? Well, maybe. Will they be more focused on slowing him down this year in the red zone? Probably. But Tonyan isn't too worried about opposing defenses and how they'll cover him.
I'm just going to prepare like I'm the guy, and they're not going to, they're not going to be surprised by me. They know who I am and what I bring to the table, and I want that pressure. I thrive in pressure, and I just want to keep getting better.
And this picture says it all. The United States women's national team, including former Badger Rose Lavelle, were upset 1-0 by Canada in the semifinals this morning in Japan. So instead of playing for gold, the U.S. will now play for a bronze medal. It's the first time the U.S. women have lost to Canada in 20 years. Gary, how about some uplifting news on the weather?
Well, if you like today's weather, stick around the next couple of days. It'll be very much like it. The live view from the Edgewater Sky Camp, just a few fair weather cumulus clouds out there, no rain around. The live view from the Platteville-Queanby Radio Sky Camp, pretty much the same story. And this time of year when it could be really hot, those temperatures are very comfortable. Just a couple of sprinkles up in the central part of the state. Those will die out before sunset and before they reach our viewing area. Right now, temperatures are in the mid to upper 70s, a comfortable 74 in Madison right now. Dew point temperatures are in the 40s to the lower 50s, so that means relatively cool at night. I'm probably looking for an overnight low temperature of about 55, mostly clear skies. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high temperature around 80, and then those temperatures go up a couple of degrees each day into the weekend. Some thunderstorm chances next week as humidity comes back.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.